Athens Land Trust in Oconee County has the longest standing, where we are the longest standing partner that we have so far. We have a couple of easements in Carroll County, but they haven't done anything since 2011. So Oconee County is the only one competing for the funding. So typically we can make our funding what Oconee County needs. So,
I mean, my question from the beginning, and I've always supported this from the beginning, but it's always been 2 generations down the road, they don't want that easement anymore.
just because they don't want it doesn't mean they have any legal cause to make the easement go away unless they can find that there was an error in the due diligence along the way. Or a title work. That's why we have, for all of our easements, we do a complete title search. We have title insurance, which insures our title and the land trust title in that easement, that if there was an error in the title insurance would kick in. We require that.
You know, because the United States of America and Oconee County are involved in this, you can't ever lose the easement because you don't enforce it. So it's always, in perpetuity, going to be a burden on that title. And anybody buying the property is going to take subject to it. And because we're not stopped, because we don't enforce it, and we have third-party enforcement rights in this also. Because we're not stopped because we forget to enforce it for 10 years, we still can go back and enforce it.
Correct. But typically just asking, hey, what did NRCS Georgia get this year? We'd say we got, this year we got $150,000. We had to go back and get that additional $25,000 for the match. We got it, so we got $175,000 this year. For FY13, I think we got about the same amount because they base our allocations each year typically based on what we've done in prior years. I really want to keep this partnership going. I want to keep protecting the farmland in Oconee County.
I think that's where the board was interested in taking a look at route, as you suggested, some types of people that needs to serve on that kind of committee.
There always has been a selection committee for farms put forth through Oconee County. There always has been a committee. It's never just been, this is the one we're doing and we're put forth. There's always been a selection committee and there's always been a ranking. So I really wanted that to come across too, that there always has been this process in place. But I think by me presenting it here, now it's a more formal process that we actually have, and we all know exactly what the process is going to be from this point forward.
Well, but we haven't really been aware of the committee and the work.
I think there's been good communication.
Yeah, I know Russ and them do a wonderful job, and Russ tackles this and jumps on board. But as a board, spending tax dollars.
Yes, ma'am. It's a serious consideration.
Yeah, I mean, we
Same thing with everything I do because I'm spending your federal tax dollars on this.
But yeah, I mean.
And I think now that I'm finally getting a little more comfortable in my shoes, this is part of what I wanted to do, is come out and educate people about what the process is and what it's going to be from this point
We
forward.
always knew it was a headache.
I will warn you, we just got our 13 allocation, so that's going to be a pretty fast turnaround for FY13 if we want to have those funds available for spending.
Well, yes, how much? No,
I think, what I say, $306,000 that we got in FY13. Some of that money will be used for our due diligence that we have to do outside of the easements, so I would count on about 300.
But I just want to say how much I appreciate you all's interest in this program, and I'm glad for you to hear from Sharon that you are now, Oconee County is the leader in the state. And because Oconee County is such a great agricultural county, I think hopefully it can continue. I did just want to say that the selection process is very difficult, and we have relied very heavily on the agricultural experts and the NRCS people. We've had Thomas, we've had the NRCS people in there, people from Go Campbell used to come, cooperative extension, and we used the ranking criteria that we felt like would produce the most competitive farm. And then we brought that farm to before you all, maybe not me personally, but before we can put in an application, we need to know that the match is there. So we brought the farm to you every time. So it's a several step process, y'all knowing the money's there, then before we put in the application we came. And I think I asked Russ, I think it was possibly September or October that Russ and Laura from the Land Trust came and presented this particular farm, which is the Shellnut Farm.